Hello Sceptix, my name is Devananda Prabhu and I am from second year CSE. Today I am going to explain collapsing down problem. In this problem, we have to take two integer inputs A and B from the users and we have to print the number which has maximum steps to collapse it down to 0. So to understand this problem, we have to understand what is Collat's conjecture first. So Collat's conjecture is the function in which if the current number is even, then we have to divide that number by 2, and if the number is odd, we have to multiply that number by 3 and add 1 to it. So this is called Collat's conjecture. In this problem, we are printing the number which is taking maximum steps to collapse it down to 0. In this problem, as a sample input, we are taking 3 and 11, and we have to check the each digits in between 3 and 11 inclusive of those two numbers 3 and 11, and we have to print the number which has the maximum steps. So here we'll see the output. For this input, the output should be 9 because 9 has the highest collapse steps and it's 14. For 3 it takes 7 steps, and for 4 it takes 2 steps, and till 9 it takes 14 steps. So we'll see how it works. 9 is the odd number, so it checks for the odd number. 9 is the odd number, so it multiplies 9 by 3 and adds 1. That's 28. And we got 28 now. 28 is the even number, so divided by 2, we got 14. Then 14 is again a even number, divided by 2, we got 7. So it continues like this. 7 is odd, so multiply by 3 and add 1. 22 is even, divide by 2. So it goes on like this till we get the 1 as the output. I mean 1 as the answer. Finally, here we'll get 2 by 2 is equal to 1. So till there, here are 19 steps for the number 9. Now we'll move on to the program. I have used C++ language to solve this problem. Here I have taken a function named as collapse steps with the parameter integer n. In this function, I have initialized the steps to 0. I have taken the variable steps with the data type int and I have initialized it to 0. And in the while loop, we have the condition n is not equal to 1. That means till the n becomes 1, the loop is going to execute. Inside the while loop, we have if statement. This if statement is to check whether the number is odd or even. Inside the if statement, we are checking if the number is even. We have to divide that number by 2. Else, that means if the number is odd, we have to multiply that number by 3 and add 1 to it. And the steps will get incremented. That means after the each steps, we are adding 2 steps till the n becomes 1. And we are returning steps from this function. So this is the function. Now we'll see the main program. In the main, we are asking the user to enter two numbers. I have taken the variables a and b as integer type and we are asking for the input. So here in the while loop, we are checking for the constraints given in the problem. The constraints are if a is less than 1, or if a is greater than 10,000, and if b is less than 1 and b is greater than 1000, or a is greater than b, we have to tell the user that it's invalid input and enter the numbers again. So here we are taking the numbers again, so it will check the condition again, and if the constraints are inside the limit, it will go to the next step. In next step, I have taken the variable max steps and initialize it to 0, and I have taken the variable result and initialize it to 0. Both are of integer data types. And I have one for loop. Inside the for loop, I am iterating from A to B, that is the inputs given by the user, and I am incrementing the I. And here I am giving steps as the collapse steps function. That means for integer steps, I am making it equal to collapse steps. That means I am passing the value of the function to steps. And inside the if statement followed by it, inside the if statements, we are checking whether the steps is greater than the max steps. That means if this step is greater than previous steps, so max steps will be is equal to the current steps, and the current step will be the ith step. That means which step we are executing. So result will be I. And in cout statement, we are printing that. So we'll run the program and check once. I will input the numbers 3 and 11 as per the sample inputs, and here we got the answer. It's 9. 9 has the most steps, and that's 19. So here I have changed the program little bit, and we can see which and all number as how many number of steps inside the given range. I will run this program. I will give the same sample input 3 and 11. So here we can see the steps for 3 to reach 1 is 7, and the steps for 4 to reach 1 is 2, and it gives till the number which you have entered. So till 11, it's giving output for each number, and it's saying number that requires the most steps is 9, because here we can see 9 as the most steps, that's 19. So we'll go to the previous program once again. Here I am going to remove the constraints. I will comment out the constraints, and I am going to check for some big numbers. I will take 10 to the power 5 as the input now. So from 1 to 10 to the power 5, the number which has highest step is 77,031, which was the required answer. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to explain my code. Thank you.